Hello. Welcome everybody. Let me switch my screen over. How's everybody doing? Welcome chat. Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, what's happening. We're a few minutes early, so I might just shut some of these windows. I might just, what should we do? Should we build a level quickly together for something to do? Oh no, got to mute myself. Sorry, I'm just watching to make sure it's all working. Let me switch to live here. Can I see the chat? It's all working. I think this is my first time doing a live thing. Set it all up. Welcome to the chat. Welcome everybody. Aplex was first in. Greetings. Stream is fine. All right, thanks, Aplex. Alrighty. Well, we're a couple of minutes early, so what should we build? We might build a F-15E. We might just build something quick, maybe a runway to bomb. We'll throw some Su-57s on there. We'll test it, and we can go bomb some stuff. So this is the level editor, mission editor. So this will be available in the game. You'll be able to play it. It's probably better on the Steam release, but you'll be able to do it in mobile. I think if I switch to portrait, you'll see it's got some bugs, but it works in portrait mode. The buttons are all there. Things kind of move around. So, what wrong one? I want to go that one. Oh no, what's happened here? As you can see, why is this not out yet? Because it's quite buggy. Please forgive it. What did we add recently? Oh, some people might have seen recently that we go friendly vehicle and we can add a tank. And now I've broken it because I changed the... Oh, half my stuff's missing. All right, what a good start. Anyway, hello chat. So yeah, we're just waiting everybody till everybody joins. I was just going to make a submission, but you can see why it's not ready yet. So that's why it's kind of not great. Mr. Greetings. How you doing? Welcome everybody that's here. Thanks for joining us. Will Steel, I think you mean Steam release. Will Steam release cost money or will it be free like mobile? Donut with mustache. Probably a few dollars. So I'm working out monetization at the moment for mobile. What I'd like to do, to be honest, with Steam is make it $5 or $10 and then that's it. No microtransaction, no ads, no anything else like that. That's the way I prefer to play games. Let me know what you think. We'll be giving away lots of CD keys on the server, so don't stress out too much. But probably, yeah, we'll make it a few dollars just because there's a few reasons for that. One, I prefer that. I prefer just people pay a little bit of money and that's it. They don't have to worry. They're not seeing ads. They're not, having to buy this or buy that. Not that we have much of that in there at the moment. But the other reason is, I work 2 other jobs at the same time. And if we put a Steam release out and it can do okay, then it means I can spend more time. Things will happen faster. I can start hiring more people. So we'll see. Are you streaming only to YouTube? Yes, just YouTube for now. Where else should we be streaming? I know that there is the ability to like stream elsewhere if you've got the stuff. And all my alarms are going off. Just 1 second. There's so many phones in here. Sorry, my development phone was setting the alarm off to say, "Hey, wake up." So I'm on YouTube right now. Where else should we go? There's other places we could go. I could probably try and load TikTok up and go, but I'm already getting warnings that my crappy Australian internet is not handling the stream too well. So we will see. Have you thought about making an RTS version of Jet Attack Move from Dylan? Watch this space. Wait for the last secret slide. No spoilers. RTS version of Jet Attack Move. Interesting idea. Donut with mustache. No, I'm willing to buy it to support if no ads. Yeah, thank you. Yep. So that's kind of the way I'm thinking. Like if you want to just play for free and whatever, you can play on mobile. But if you want no ads and no AAP and all that stuff, then Steam's going to be the place to go. So we'll see how that goes. All right, welcome everybody. So I think it's time. I think we've just hit on the start time. So thanks for joining us. So what are we doing today? I'll just quickly, I guess I've got to find it now. I'll just really quickly go through the roadmap, what we've been doing, where we're at. Throw questions in, and we'll do. But this is what I showed a little while ago. People might remember this. So this was the roadmap that I started a couple of months ago. We had all these exciting things to be added. And where are we now? So we were here, and now we've arrived at this place. So we've got BVR, radar, zoom bubbles, tank battles, simple tank battles, I'll admit. They're going to get more advanced. And the first pass on missions is done. So we still have high controls, air bases and FOBs, landing and terrain. And then the next one, which I'll show you. So what's coming up next is kind of these things. So loadouts, which a lot of people have been asking for. Loadouts is on the way. So I'm going to add loadouts to missions first. So the idea is when you do the like that first mission that I made, you'll be able to pick at the start. Each time you respawn is my current thinking. You'll be able to pick, hey, I want to go like all anti-air and take out the enemy aircraft and then switch to bombs. Maybe actually thinking about it out loud now, probably you could fly back to the runway and you can rearm and change your loadout there. So I'll probably make that, which includes it. And then terrain version 2. So Aplex saying we thought we had terrain version 2. Oh boy. So we have a terrain right now, but it is a nightmare. So it runs badly on a lot of phones. I don't actually like the look of it. Everything about it's kind of bad. So I've now tried 6 different terrain systems. And I'm going to try 7th. I'm going to keep going until I'm happy with it. And I'm just not happy. And I think most people aren't happy with it yet. So, it's coming. Yeah, it's not the final result. Liz is correct. And then mission editor. So we were just sort of seeing, this is new. So you'll see in the roadmap I first did, I kind of had missions and I meant mission editor as well, sort of, but I'm pulling this out because it's a massive body of work. My plan is once I've done these 3 things, we're going to launch on Steam. So I kind of want to do better terrain just because the trailer and things is going to look better if we have better terrain. That's kind of my reason. It's a bit cheating. But basically, once we have the mission editor in, people building missions, then yeah, we're going to launch on Steam. So hopefully people are somewhat excited about the Steam release. And then what else? So those that have been with us for a while remember Oscar Mike was actually the first game I was working on, and Jet Attack Move came out of that. And I'll get back onto Oscar Mike. I'm going to ask the community, what would you like to see? Let's set a Jet Attack Move. Time spent, would you rather I spend time on Oscar Mike? And as Dylan alluded to in the chat, and RTS. So I'm a big RTS fan. I've been dabbling. This is just a little screenshot of one of the crappy little demos I've been working on, but I've always wanted to sort of work on an RTS in the future. So maybe we sort of add that. Don't know, a game mode, a new game. I'm not sure, but that's kind of where we're at. I think that's it. I don't want to bore you with all the slides and things. That's where we're going. Did anybody have any questions? Where we're actually, I do have some questions. Let me just how am I going to do this? If I turn my screen off. Sorry, I need to bring my notes up without it getting onto the main screen. I did have a few people had some questions, so let me bring my screen back on. Where were the questions? I wrote these down. Yeah, if anybody has any thoughts, any questions, now I can't see. Aplex merge Oscar Mike and Jet Attack Move. Yes, a number of people have said that. That may be what happens. So that's one option I have for the Steam release is actually I just call it Oscar Mike and I have all these things become game modes. So yeah, we'll see. Good call. Big Thorn, what's RTS? So an RTS is a real-time strategy game. So think StarCraft, Command and Conquer, what else is called these days? Age of Empires. That's that sort of game. So where you control like a bunch of units and you command them and move them around the battlefield. So we'll see. Blizz said, I played Oscar Mike, by the way. What did you think of it? Let us know what you think. Jared Hudson, just want to say, love what you're doing, and you're doing awesome at being consistent with updates. I'll have to check out Oscar Mike now. Cool, thank you. So, yeah, I'm trying to update regularly. I feel a bit slack. Like, the mission editor's taken me a long time. I've been working on login lately, which you don't see, and the whole point is it should just seamlessly happen, but it's there and it's in, and I just got it working yesterday for Android. Going to roll that update out, and then same thing for iOS, and then you'll be able to share. So the idea is you'll make a mission like you saw in this mission editor. So you'll jump into here, you'll do whatever. You could make, some tanks here, some some friendly tanks, some enemy tanks, have them shoot against each other. The idea is there'll be a button where you can go share and you'll get a code and you can share that code with friends. Or actually what I'm planning is there'll be a link. You'll be able to copy out a hyperlink and you'll be able to put that into the Discord. And if somebody clicks that on their phone, it'll actually open the game and load that mission right up. So that's kind of, yeah, these guys are going to shoot each other. I mean, I don't know why I'm in the F-22. That's like a bug, but anyway. I can Cobra over the top just to show how cool I am. Love these guys. That's my... This is also the debug build, so the Cobras refreshes very quickly. And now I can't even see them. So what was the question? Sorry. Yeah, so I'm trying to be consistent with the updates. So I'm trying to release a jet each week and things. So thank you. I appreciate the kind words that you're liking the game. I'm actually hoping we can choose fighters and do Cobras or Vorch's bells in multiplayer. Definitely, it's on my to-do list. If I look at my to-do list on... Oh no, what have I done? If I look at my to-do list, I've got very soon is being able to pick what you want for multiplayer. So we shall see how that goes. Oh, here we go. It was at the top. So stream. So loadouts was a question a bunch of people were asking. So I don't have actually. If you bear with me, viewer, I think I called it. So for those that don't know, this is the loadout screen. And so the idea is that you've got your little jet and you can kind of pick. It's actually, I was wrong. What did I think? I thought that we always put sidewinders on here and then AMRAMs on the side. You can see, there you go. I've locked it so you can't put AMRAMs on the wingtips, but I'm actually wrong. So I'm going to fix that. But anyway, the point is, where do you like your AMRAMs? Where do you like your sidewinders? You're going to go stick them yourself. I'll probably make it so that you can do it so it's consistent. So you just do one side and it maps to the other. You got also air to ground, so you'll be able to throw in. And the idea here is, the plan is like, what do you want? Do you want 3 dumb bombs that are harder to aim, or would you rather one smart bomb? And so the idea is then, if you're, I don't know if you've noticed, I made it harder to hit targets, hit the tanks. So the idea here is when you drop a paveway or whatever, GBU-12 or some kind of guided munition, it'll auto lock onto the tank. So you'll have less of them, but there's a higher chance that it's going to hit it. It's probably better in my eyes to have 3 of these bad boys because, you know, it depends how accurate you are, I guess, skill issue. But there's that, and then there's like a fuel tank. So fuel tank, I don't really know what the... There's not much purpose of that because it's an action game right now. But anyway, this is, for those that don't know, this is the loadout screen. Working on it, coming soon. Yeah, like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Does it look all right? Any suggestions, any feedback? But this is the next big update that's going to be coming. So the idea here is you'll be able to mix up the gameplay by kind of picking what you want and seeing these beautiful jets in all their glory in 3D. What else? Is there anything new with the mission editor? There is a heap. There is a heap new. Let me go back to the main ones. So I can give you like a really quick... I'm going to do some videos on stuff, but what have we got? So terrain, you can add terrain in. That's all pretty new. There's all apartments and things. You might have seen that before. You can shove roads in. You can rotate roads around. What else is there? Friendly buildings. So yeah, you've got bases and runways that are friendly. There's enemy vehicles. So right now there's only a tank, but what I did add recently was we've got a friendly tank, and then you may remember from previous update, we have the B1B is a friendly vehicle you can add in. So if you wanted to, like, I'm not very imaginative, so I kind of just was like boring, but what you could do is, let's say you were wanting to have, I don't know, 50 B1s. What would it be like if 50 B1s came along and all dropped nukes? So there's that. What else is there? Gates. So you can do like what's interesting with gates is you can do just like a regular time trial map, or you can actually set these as like waypoints for the player to go to in the mission, and they'll respawn once they hit one of these. So like like setting checkpoints in a way. So you've got gates. What else have you got? I think that's everything. Enemy jets. Yeah, we've got the regular enemy jets. And then the whole point is, it's really kind of confusing, and I'll write it all up. But basically, you've got all these different events, and you have this sort of event system here where you can do things. So you can broadcast an event. So F5 died. You can broadcast an event. when the F5 dies, and then here you say, well, what happens when the F5 dies? Well, when you kill 10 of them, then the player mission success, kind of done, right? So this is just a way. It's very simple, kind of gross at the moment, but the idea is you can build whatever you like. You can build full missions and make stuff kind of cool. So, um, all right, chat. What else have we got in here? Could we get more liveries for planes from Not Mathis? Yes, 100%. So I'm in the search. I've got on my to-do list, and I keep not taking the time. I'm on the lookout for somebody to do liveries for me. So it's something I just have absolutely no ability in. So I can't just do them. Whereas I can. Most other things I can spend a lot of hours and get something done. But the plan is I'd like to have every livery. So if you take the F-16, every country that has it, which is a lot, I'd like to add liveries for every country, maybe even every squadron. So lots of liveries coming. Apologies, it's taking so long. When do you upgrade the menu from Typhoon? Oh, do you mean like the awful main menu? This is actually my 4th iteration. So as horrid as it is, this is not as bad as it's been. I wonder if I can actually show the original. I have a weird thing with, here we go, old panel. Do you want to see how bad it used to be? There we go. Who remembers this? Put your hand up in the chat if you remember this. Does this even work? Oh boy. It kind of works. You can't change a jet. But anyway, there. This was the original one. So it's better than it was, but I will keep doing it. And probably I need a refresh for the Steam release. So soon an update. Is there any way to play Oscar Mike on mobile? Moonlight? Question mark. Great question. It's on my to-do list is just to kind of try that and maybe just stick it out there for free for people to play for a bit and test. I've got it working on my Steam Deck, which is like a mobile phone, so technically it's possible. The issue is the sort of the dual stick input might be weird, but anyway, I'll do it and see. Dark of the Army sounds really cool with Mission Editor. Yeah, thank you. So I think I've broken everything. Yeah, so Mission Editor coming soon. We're giving away access to the Steam version for beta testing, and it includes the mission editor. So if you're active in the chat, you can expect to hear a bit of that. Aplex, everyone gangster till they see the F-22 do 90 degrees above the enemy. Very true. From Blizz, I like Oscar Mike. Maybe sometimes I feel like, oh, swear word, what's that thing? A boss or something makes me think, how do I defeat it? Yeah, so cool. I'm glad that you like it. So we'll get people to play it more. So Oscar Mike's basically a Vampire Survivors type game for people that don't know. And yeah, it's coming along, but it's just on pause at the moment. Are you looking at my weapon list? Yes, Blizz, thank you for the weapon list. I'm making my way through it, and that's the plan, is to add all of those. Dark of the Army, it would be cool if some bigger game modes like missions and a fuel system. Yeah, so that's the plan in the mission editor. So I don't know if you've seen in the chat in Discord, a bunch of people have like already made missions that are 5 times bigger than mine. So I just kind of put crappy missions in. But the whole point is that, yeah, you can make like whole cities, whole plans. I do want to have a campaign system. Oh, there you go. That was my attempt at like a whole city block. So trying to like streamline this whole thing. Yeah, so the idea is that you can put much more advanced missions in than I've just been doing. So the missions are not limited in the way that they can be much better than what I've done. It's just I'm not great at making them, which is why I'm making the tools for you guys to be able to do it. Midwest Vikings, welcome. Thanks for joining. Can you add Mavericks from Aplex? 100%. Mavericks will be coming. Basically all weapons. The plan is, if we switch back quickly to the viewer, the plan is in this mode, this is going to be full, right? So we have a couple of air weapons. They're going to grow. Air to ground, we'll have lots. Maybe we'll have like AGMs will be a section, and then you'll be able to have it. Because I think I have a Maverick. Do I? AGM 65. There you go. Wonder if can I like fake it and drag this on? Where's my jet? Oh no, not the. Do we want to assign the Maverick material? What does everybody think? Is that a livery? Is that our first livery? We've got the Maverick F-16. Maybe, maybe not. Let me do this properly. So in theory, if I go, I'm dragging it again. I don't know what happened there, but that's not what we want. Why has it done that? Is that Is it because there's a... Oh, he's flying. That's why. So there you go. We have Mavericks. They're in. Anyway, I guess I need to get the model of the Maverick. Where's my model? Just bear with me. AGM. Oh, there you go. Because it's called an AGM 65. That's the problem. So if I come in here and I find the AGM 65, it's materials again. Oh, I know why. Never mind. It's because it's within my F15. Long story short, yes. That was a long way of answering. We will be adding the Maverick as well as all other things. So watch this space. And there you go. You can see my errors, the embarrassment. So yeah, so AMRAMs, everything. AMRAMs are usually placed in the middle pylons of the wings. Yeah. So like here. But this is the thing, right? Like it's probably contentious where you should place them. I'm just going to let you place them anywhere. Technically, yeah, I know you wouldn't like... There's certain places you wouldn't place things, but I want to let you do whatever you want, right? Like that's the whole point. Is I want you to be able to customize it. Probably you would put a fuel tank, but maybe you want a sidewinder here because you're just that kind of person. Maybe you want an AMRAM there. I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of cool, right? Like probably you could put more than one. Is the other thing. But anyway, first version is going to be coming soon. I've got to, the only issue is I have to implement this screen for each jet. So we have right now the F-16, we have the F-22 in here, and obviously not at those spots. Let me stop and start it. And if I go F-22 instead of F-16, see, yeah, like you can look here, I've got different weapon slots for each one because when you come in here and it doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Well, anyway, this is where you can see, this is why it's not out yet because it's still very temporary. I think I might need to set this up now. F-22, is that it? Is that going to work now? And it's broken. All right, something's wrong with my weapon slots. But what I mean, interesting, I can show you while we're in here. So this is what I have to do basically. So I have each jet and then it has a bunch of slots and then I have an accepted set of munitions. So basically this one can only take a light missile, which is like an aim, like a sidewinder. Whereas this one here can take a light missile, medium missile, or a bomb. And then this guy in the middle here can take bombs, fuel tanks, etc. And these here are actually the F-22. So you can see here, like, this is then the F-22's weapons. So this is why this is like non-trivial and taking me some time. Whereas this guy here, he can have... oh, that's why I haven't got accepted munitions in here. So what is it? This is the light, right? The sidewinder goes in here, and then these ones can take both light and medium, and then this guy can take only a light, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But now if I start it, I should be able to... No, it's still broken. What have I done wrong? Should we fix this in real time as you all watch? Is this the most exciting stream you've ever seen? I don't know what I've done wrong. I'm not sure. I'm getting an error with munitions, null reference exceptions, something. I've basically done most of the work with the F-16 lately, and it's come along. That's kind of where the main thing is. Each of these has a placement. All right, well, I've done something horribly wrong, but long story short, it's coming soon. You're going to be able to see this beautiful F-22, F-16, and F-15. So they'll be the first three jets that I allow in missions. And yeah, I'll probably have a little nice animation so these doors open and shut just because that's the kind of guy I am. Anyway, back to chat. So I feel like somebody asked me a simple question and I go rant for 20 minutes with a long-winded answer. Somebody said they remember that. I assume that was to the main menu, which was old and terrible. When do you upgrade the menu? I already answered that. Can you add water vapor to the wings when you do a hard turn? Most definitely. So it should be in for most jets. Like that's one of the few things I'm actually somewhat consistent on. Let's see if it's proven me right or wrong. So now if we zoom in on here, where's my guy? Well, you can see there I've made a liar of myself. The Super Hornet enemy doesn't, but I do have a little bit of wing vapor. So we can, yeah, it's there. Trust me anyway. It's there. You can trust me. There you go. There's wing vapor. It's kind of somewhat tricky to do, and it's 120 particles, so it's not insignificant, the amount, but it's actually, don't tell anyone, it's actually just based off the F22. If we have a look at the contrail now and I look at the emission shape, you'll notice I'm actually emitting based on the F22's wings. But yeah, so I'm one guy, so I'm a bit slack. I cut corners where I can just because I want to get stuff out, and you may not have noticed, or now you know, but like F22 and the F35, they have very similar wing shapes, so it's fine that it's generating the wings like that. How do we apply for the beta version from Jared Hudson? Best thing is just be chatting, give advice, give feedback, give thoughts, and we'll notice you, and I'll get you a CD key for beta testing of all of our games, including future games, whatever they might be. Will there be any future naval game modes? Yep, most definitely, for sure. Aplix says Maverick F16 livery. Yeah, I mean, legit, right? Do we just put the Maverick skin on every jet? Not that. Do we just put the Maverick skin on every jet? It doesn't really work with this one. All right. How's that? Is everybody's happy with if we go like that? This is the official. Oh no. I think I've just broken everything with the last thing I attached it to. But yeah, so you can see here, like, it kind of works, right? Like, it's kind of, but it looks terrible. So getting it right, and I got to delete this contrail because it's terrible. But so you can kind of see here, liveries are possible, but non-trivial to do. Liz, tomorrow I'll create a mission and record it, and maybe I'll send you a video. That would be awesome. Please do let us know. Give me feedback on how I can make the mission editor better. From Peach, you could have a modular weapon system where different types of missiles go further but do less damage, or have miniguns that have more bullets. Beautiful thinking. Yep, that's I'd love to do that. So basically, right now we already have that. So the AIM 120 goes a lot further range. It does the same damage now, but it's used for long range engagements, whereas the Sidewinder's for short range. So, but I can do the same with lots of other things, AGMs, all sorts of stuff. If it will help show the weapons list so everyone will know what's planned. Good question, Blizz. I don't know what the best way of showing that without revealing all my secrets, but I might chuck it in the chat. But yeah, Blizz has been doing a massive list of all the weapons that I'm going to add, so thank you. I've got a lot to do. I've added very few. Is some kind of progression plan for Jam? It's a nice thing that keeps players. Yeah, 100%. So that's the plan. So logins have just been added on Android, and they're coming to iOS and Steam. And I'll have a progression system. So what I need is a way to like remember who you are so that you can progress. Because otherwise, if you uninstall the game currently and reinstall it, you're a new person. I don't know who you are. So I'm adding logins. It's just going to be seamless. So it's going to use Google Play services on Android, Game Center, and on Steam, just your Steam account. And then it just stores it off in the cloud on my attack move server, and then that way I can have you progress with XP and unlocking and all that sort of stuff. So that's coming soon. Something like a campaign or something where you start with an F5. Yeah, so campaign definitely, but starting with like a crappy jet and working your way up, maybe. I actually just like the idea you can just install the game and jump into an F22. I'm a big fan of War Thunder, but I don't like the idea of spending $60 per jet. So my plan is to let you just kind of fly whatever jet you want, and then there'll be progression in other ways. Maybe you'll progress your pilot, or some other stuff like progressing the jet, making it better. Blizz laughing at the Sidewinder in the middle. I think it looks kind of cool. Donut with mustache, free play missions editor outside isn't affected by campaign. Yeah, exactly. So what I'll do is there'll just be regular missions, and then like just missions that anyone's made, and then I'll have official campaign missions, and that's where you progress. Dark of the Army said that Sidewinder's in the outside bay. That's Oh, okay. So sorry, back to the viewer. So Sidewinder's going to the side. AMRAM's on here. So the F22 can drop bombs. That's correct. Who said that? I've lost the chat. Here we go. Blizz. F22. Yeah. So it actually, I know the F35 can. I had it dropping a nuke. I saw a photo of it with the B61. So you'll also be able to do crazy missions like that. There should be 6 AMRAMs in the middle, not 4. Yes, totally true. So when I put this together, the slots, I did that wrong. There is actually room for 6 in here, so 3 in each bay. Good pickup. I was kind of already out of room, so I probably need to make them a little bit smaller and see. The A10 should probably be removed from BVR because it can't carry AMRAM. Yes, so Dark of the Army, yes, but we also have a flying tank, and people like all jets. I'm actually getting requests, particularly after Growling Sidewinder did that Su-57 versus the Apache. I'm getting lots of requests to add the Apache into BVR and dogfights. So I'm kind of like, don't play it, I guess, because I mean, I agree it's not realistic, but some people like that, so I'll probably keep it. Can you add the C variant for the F-15? Yes. So I'm going to add lots of variants for all the jets. I'm kind of mindful though, like I have a lot of American jets, and I've been adding a bunch of European ones, the Raphael and Typhoon things, but I don't want to add too many variants of the same jet when there's like F-104, all these other jets people are screaming out for. So in time, I'll loop back around and I'll start adding different blocks of the F-16 and F-15 and things. Where do you see the game in 1 year? From Typhoon? Beautiful question. I see the game as being 90% missions, or 99% of missions will be made by the community, so not just me making them, and that way there'll hopefully be hundreds of missions for you to play. So the idea is every time you start the game in a year's time, there'll be a new mission for you to play. So what do you like? Do you like dogfighting missions? Do you like big, like hour-long missions? Do you like just little fun things? I want the community to be able to build whatever they love, and then people will start playing it. I'll feature the most popular ones. So the first thing is it'll be a lot more depth, so there'll be a lot more different gameplay, a lot more different things you can do. Multiplayer is a big component. Multiplayer is kind of crap at the moment. It's just 1v1. It hasn't had a lot of love, so I want that to be a lot better. My goal is probably to have like a 5v5, maybe 10v10 multiplayer, so you could just jump in and that could be all you do all day, is just fly against other people, more like a War Thunder game. What else? The game will have better graphics. It'll have lots of jets and hundreds of liveries, is kind of the plan for a year's time. Like, beautiful question, Typhoon. Thank you. When do I get my key from Aplex? Hit me up and DM me in Discord and I'll shoot you one. Maverick F-35, new skin. Guy from the future, welcome. That's all cool. You're in from the future, so you're never late. Ricardo Ennis, can you add a C variant? I've already said that. Yes, C variant coming. Donut with mustache, do you use TGA or DDS files for texture? And is it possible to have some templates so we can... Oh, yeah. So actually, let me just turn my screen off for a second while I load this up. And then there is one already. I'll put it in the chat. What was it? It's like Jet Viewer, I think. Let's see if I... No, it wasn't. Viewer? Oh, no, I can't remember the name of it. Attack, that's because I've typed the thing in wrong. All right, here we go. Sorry, here we go. So currently already, I don't know if you can see this, all right? So there is a skin template. So if you go to attackmove.io, let me put it in the chat. If you go there, the Jet Viewer, you can actually see what we were looking at before. It has 2 skins. It has like the template skin and then this one. And then if you press download, you will see here, this is what the skin looks like in a texture, and you can come in and you can do whatever you want to it. So like, I'll probably need to make that a bit fatter. Let's use a brush. So you can come in here and say hi. And then in theory, if I save that, I turn my screen off again because I'm going to have to find where that downloaded to, and then turn my screen back on. So you do that. So you download it, you make some changes, and then you just drag the image on and you get this. So yeah, go to that URL, the attackmove.io/jetviewer. Very early days, very rough, but yes, this is effectively, that's all you got to do, right? Like, seems simple. Grab it, put a smiley face on it, you got yourself a skin. Obviously quite complicated. This breakdown is kind of gross as well. Like, if you want to change the bit around the canopy, if you wanted to write Doolwind as the pilot, it would technically be lower than this. But yeah, so that's anyways, to answer your question, They're just JPEGs at the moment. So if you click the download template, you'll see PNG. Sorry, it downloads skin template.png, and you can throw whatever you want. Go ahead, make a skin, send it to me if you like, and we can chuck that on the F22. Yeah, and you kind of see, and it's sort of open, and the idea here is you can like make changes to things and then see where they show up, because it's a bit complicated. And if you're like an amazing artist and you're like, this is the worst possible way of laying out the texture UVs, let me know what it is, how I can do that better. That answers that. Cloaker says, I'd love to see the APKWS rockets coming soon. Guy from Future, can you add the Dassault Raphael? Did I say that right? C, the single seat variant. Yep. So same with the F-15. I'm going to add it, but I want to add lots more different jets rather than like 10 of the same jet, just different variants, but that will come. One thing that's cool is that with Mission Editor, we could have entirely player-made campaigns. 100%, that's the idea. So right now, the campaign system is very simple. If you save it as like Doolwind 1, Doolwind 2, Doolwind 3, there'll be a next button and you can progress through it, but I'll make that more advanced. But yeah, the idea is I want you guys to be able to make full campaigns if that's what you want. We need an F-18 skin from Top Gun Maverick. Totally agree. Will there be different weapons for different aircraft? Yes. So obviously NATO aircraft will have NATO weapons, and then Soviet ones other things. So watch this space. There'll be all sorts of things. Will it be possible to use the same account on Android, iOS, on Steam? Great question, Blizz. I'm in the middle of designing that system now, so I want it to be seamless, where you just log into whatever your local one is. But I'll probably add Discord. So you can connect your Discord, and then we need to sort of work out how do I link things. So we'll see. Soldat Snack says mouse on top. Definitely a mouse. Mouse very powerful. Fly the B1 Lancer in Mission Editor. Yes. So that's one of my plans. Is very soon I'm going to add. So in the Mission Editor right now, if we come in here, all you can choose is F-15 and the F-16. I'm probably going to add maybe like the B2 and the B1 as options here. The issue there is, though, you want to fly quite high. So what I do have is at the start, at time 0, I can go set height 200. And then if I test the level, the camera doesn't work because I don't support it yet. But you'll see, I don't know, you can't even see my shadow, but had I actually added something, I don't know if you can see, you're like still not very high, but much higher than you normally are. So maybe if I add in some actual buildings and things, let me change it to desert. And then if I add in a couple of bases, and then you can, oh dear, why is that so low? But you can see here that I'm actually flying up quite high. So there you go, my little dude's flying. So I do have like the basics of height, but the issue is the ground doesn't look any smaller. So so I need to obviously have the ground get smaller and things if I'm going to have a B2 and a B1 mission. Apex doesn't trust people painting jets. 100% agree. So this is why I have to be really careful, particularly on mobile. Steam's less of an issue, but on mobile, yeah, if people upload sort of naughty pictures in the jets, then the game can easily get kicked off the app stores. So that's why I have to kind of be careful, unfortunately, or fortunately. What do you think about gun pods from Celios? 100% gun pods will be included. Dark of the Army says, I think a good progression system is skins for aircraft. Yeah. So get lots of kills, get skins for sure. I do admit probably what I'm going to do for the in-app purchasing, so like actually spending money in the mobile version, is mainly skins. So just because I don't want to like limit the gameplay to money, I want you to be able to just kind of do whatever you want, play and do stuff. But I do want to kind of have sort of extra stuff like skins, probably have it as a little bit of a payment just so that the game can continue functioning and I can spend more time on it and develop quicker. How about other planes besides the F-22? Yeah, so Donut with Mustache. That's just the first test. So this thing here, I'm going to expand this so it'll have all the jets in it. So you can kind of come in and pick between the two. So yeah, apologies. There's only the F-22 right now. Blizz tried doing skins for Jam. It's way harder than Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Yeah, so tell me why it's harder and I'll try and fix it. Apologies that it's a bit crazy at the moment. It's beautiful. Shadows are a bit crazy, but nice F-16. So works pretty well for Sky on Fire. Yeah, so Sky on Fire. So any games where it works well, let me know and I'll see. Jared Hudson joined the Discord. I'll reach out to the possibility of helping. Thank you. That would be great. Yeah, always looking out for more beta testers and things. Donut with mustache. Also, any chance of seeing obscure prototypes, proposal jets that never flew? Definitely. So we already have the YF-23. I think that's in there. Yeah, the YF-23. So I love all these crazy experimental, not crazy, different, not in real life, not in production jets. Want to add all these things, including non-American ones, MiG 144, etc. So watch this space; they'll be coming. Aplex, can you change the skill of the enemy NPC in custom mission editor, make tutorial level before you make a campaign for players to see? Can you change the skill of enemy NPC? Not sure what you mean by that. I could probably do it. I just do you mean like in the editor you can choose how easy or hard the enemy is? If that's the case, definitely. Yep, I can allow that. Typhoon is early access out for which game? For Jet Attack Move, we're handing keys out at the moment for the Steam version for sure. Jared Hudson, you can have something similar to the OG menu for the variant skin selection of each aircraft. Yeah, good question. So I don't know if you've seen right now, this is what it looks like. I stole the old school. The way you used to choose jets, there's only 2 skins, sorry. But yeah, it's like that. So when you can choose, what other jets have a variant? There you go, the F5. So you can choose, the MiG-28 variant or just the regular F5. Not great skin in my opinion. Yeah, so yeah, you can. That's how I'll probably do it, except there'll be a lot more. Alexa Lazik, will there be a Su-34 in the future? Definitely on my to-do list. So what do we have now? We have the Su-27 and the 57 and the 25, but we will, and I think the latest one, I've got a Su-47 that was highly requested. But yeah, anyway, yes, Su-34. All of the Sukhois will be in. I mean, look, my goal is to have every jet and every livery, so it's just a matter of time. I'm one guy, so it takes me a bit of time to add some of this. Have you ever considered adding a trainer plane? Definitely. So the new US Air Force fighter I really like, so I might add that and have that as the tutorial jet. So yes, B-21 Raider definitely coming. I mean, it just had its first test flight, right? So I thought I should make a mission or something that's like that. I actually modeled when the B-21 Raider was first announced. I modeled it in Blender. It's the worst model you've ever seen. But I do have a model. I probably want to just go buy a good one. But yeah, it's coming. Donut with mustache. What are plans for multiplayer? So yeah, it is a work in progress. Yeah, you're pretty sure that right now it's a work in progress. It is. Most things I have in the game, if you look at these, they're all prototypes, right? All of this actually. 2v2 is a bit more. Actually, no, it's a prototype as well, really. Third person is definitely a prototype. Like that's needs a lot of love. But everything's kind of prototypes, and then I've spent most of my time in dogfighting just because that's what people love. But yeah, the idea is even strategic bombing, all of these things are just kind of prototypes. So the plan is to expand on it, make maybe some more like BVR multiplayer, definitely more than just 1v1. So it's definitely pretty simple. Aplex, can we get drones in the game such as the Reaper drone for the custom mission editor? Yep, for sure. Good question. I also want to make like an AC-130 / Reaper type mission where you're just kind of hovering, flying around, shooting down or looking down on it, doing recon and things. What's the price point we're looking at for the Steam version from Donut with Mustache? Probably $5 to $10. You've said 15 to 20. Maybe that. No, probably. I'm guessing like the $10 mark's probably like I think is a reasonable amount. We'll see. As I get close to the time, I'll probably talk to the community and see if I think 15 to 20 might be too high for most people, but like yeah, it depends what it's worth and depends how many missions and things we have. So my guess is though, let's call it closer to $10. Dark of the Army, definitely buy a skin. Thank you, appreciate it. We'll get some in soon. Loganzilla, will you add the feature to use other fighter jets in multiplayer? Definitely, it is on my to-do list, very high to the top. Guy from the future, that's what drew me to the game. Every plane is free, no grinding. Planes are being added frequently. Cool, yeah. So that's what I want to make sure I don't like ruin the magic, right? Where I'm definitely the game. The jets aren't going to suddenly become $60. I need to put some in-app purchases in just to kind of keep development flowing, but it's not going to be egregious kind of gauge and style insanity. So we'll see. The YF23 flew indeed, it did. By obscure stuff, you meant things that were just on paper. Yeah, donut with a mustache. Definitely no. Yeah, I mean, everything anything you can dream of. I'd love all these sort of prototypes of things, even things that maybe technically would never have flown. Still want to have it in the game. Celios says Skyfire has a pretty active community of texture makers. Yeah, so I'll look into Skyfire and how that works and try and improve it, make it better. All right, now we're getting into the weeds over the Manx and the YF23. You guys can discuss that in the chat. Typhoon Mission Editor Early Access. Yeah, we'll be giving that out so people can try it. But then it'll just be for everyone soon once it's ready. Oh, you want both the Manx and the Silent Eagle? Consider it done. I'll add all the variants. Show the B21 model. The embarrassment. All right, hang on. Just let me load this up. Just give me 1 second. B21. All right, now just remember that I'm not very good. This is not what I do. Here it is. So, how do I get a better view? Actually, why was my texture? Did I not even texture this guy? Anyway, so here, I don't know if you can see that. Here is my stunning Doolwind made B21. So what it was like there's a lot of people had guessed as to what it was going to look like, and it didn't look like what people were guessing. So why? I don't know why it looks so terrible. Is that really? Did I actually? Oh, I think I may have just done like a. Yeah, so it's actually like the old school way I used to do it, where there's only 4 colors used within it. Back when it was like full low poly. Anyway, so you can kind of see. So this was my terrible B21 that I made. But anyway, so it's there. I'll get a better one. But this was like literally the B21 got announced and revealed, and that day for fun, I thought maybe learning Blender was a good idea back then, and I tried making this. So this is kind of the extent of my 3D skills. Not great. I mean, it's definitely B21 shaped, but it's pretty gross compared to other things. So yeah, anyway, there's the B21 people. Don't undersell yourself. Indie games deserve money. 10 to 15 for early access, maybe 20 when it's more fleshed out. That's a good, interesting idea. Donut with mustache. Start low and then increase it. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I'll talk to the community and see. I don't want to make it like $1,000 and no one can afford it. But yeah, I don't want to sell it for like $0 and then I can't afford to eat and the game kind of slows down because I'm malnourished. So watch this space. StarSex is still charging 15 people for early access and the game's been out for 10 years. How many games? Half my Steam library is games that are still in early access that have never left. Will there be specialized dogfights for War 2 warplanes from Urbiter? Urbiter? Great question, actually. So I made the P51 and the Stuka. I made like a little dogfight version, and it was so boring. It shows that it's why I'm going back to our roadmap. If we circle all the way back, it's why I made where was it? High controls, and included in high controls is probably better speed controls. It's just the game's too simple at the moment. Like that's kind of it. Like right now, it's like don't get me wrong, it's fun, and I don't want to like ruin this fun, but you do just kind of like really even 1 versus 2 circles is not really a thing. But basically, it without missiles and things, it was just too simple. It was just no good. So I will add it in time, but I need to flesh out. And it's actually what I should probably have done is started with World War II fighters and like made the game with guns only fun, and then added missiles like that. But 2020 hindsight. So yes, the intention is that's coming. I'm going to add World War II combat, but I need it to be like way more fun. than it is now. So, also, once the game comes to Steam, will I have Steam Workshop support from Donut with Mustache? Yes. So this is the issue. This is why I'm doing the mission editor, and I'll do everything in game rather than Steam Workshop, because I can't easily release the Steam Workshop stuff on mobile, which is where, there's hundreds of thousands of players on mobile that are playing at the moment. So, and yeah, I just need to be really careful. So what I don't want to do is release it on Steam and have just the Steam community get all this cool stuff. So by putting it in the mission editor, that's why I'm spending all this time. That way it's less customization than Steam Workshop, but the idea is that anyone can do it without, needing a PC, without needing to download all the tools and things. So that is the plan. But effectively, Steam Workshop, but inside the game is the plan. Will I be able to make an Ace Combat campaign? Great question. So I'm very restricted personally in what I can build because I can't infringe on copyright, but I've got to find out exactly, like, I guess we'll make it. I won't be able to have it as an official mission, but yeah, you'll be able to make whatever mission you want and share it with your friends and kind of play it. Think Roblox, right? Like, there's no well, I guess it's kind of official. I don't know how Roblox does it, where you've got like you're playing like Pokemon this and Batman that, but I need to be really careful, particularly on mobile. So you'll be able to make whatever missions you want as long as it's kind of like not bad. Like, yeah, don't do really dodgy stuff, swearing and sort of hate crime type things in there. As long as you steer clear of that, the idea is, yeah, you can just make whatever you want and share it with your friends. What I'll do is I'll have a report button on a mission. So if you go and share the mission to like heaps of people and it's really got some bad stuff in it, you'll get reported and I'll take the mission down. But otherwise, you can make any mission you want and share it with your friends. And if there's no copyright infringement and it's not bad, my plan is to feature it. So when you come into the main menu and you click missions, ultimately I want this to be a full screen page, and it'll be like, what's hot this week, what's featured this week. So hey, Donut with a Mustache made a new set of missions, do you want to go play it? And you'll click in, much like this, right? You'll kind of click into the missions, and then there'll be like a set of how many missions you make, and as you add more, it'll kind of grow. So that's the plan. In my opinion, this is a complex game, especially in mobile too, from Loganzilla. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of yeah. I don't want to like overburden the player, but I do want to add some more depth. So a good example of that is the height controls. So I can't really show it, but basically I've got some prototypes where you can set the height. What I wanted is that you can play the game without changing the jet's height, and the game plays exactly like it does now. But as soon as you start going up or down, it changes your speed. It has like all these complex interactions. So I don't want to like ruin that like moment to moment. I get a lot of people saying this game's like just super fun already. It's one of my favorite games. So I'm not going to like ruin that in any way. I just want to add some more depth to people that kind of want it. Or as you get bored, once you go on, then you might start, doing different things. Yeah. All right, let me just mute myself for a second while I call. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm about to lose my voice, so I might have to stop soon. Maybe I need to stop yelling. Will there be a sort of throttle added? Yeah, so right now the throttle, as you've probably seen, is kind of crappy. It's like a afterburner or brake. It'll probably change to a slider. And then probably have a slider, and then I'll probably have go up and down next to it, so you'll be able to like set the two of them. Have to be really careful with a phone. Obviously, it's kind of difficult. But yeah, the plan is to change them to sliders and make that better. Make it so it's a bit more advanced. And also the other thing, which I keep saying, so if I'm stalling, and now I go from stalling to full speed in like 2-3 seconds. That's part of the problem. Super arcadian fun and whatever, but it doesn't add a lot of depth. So I'm probably going to make it so that it takes you longer to get to full speed or to stall, just so that you can have more like the optimal turning speed. You can get away a little bit better. So yeah, so we'll see. I could do similar to simple planes where Steam gets the workshop and a website, and both files are just simple files. Yeah, good calls, Donut with Mustache. So I'll look at that in the future. The main thing is, do you build the missions in the game or outside? And if I let you build it in the game, then it's sort of intrinsically, everyone gets access and everyone can play it. So we'll see. And iTunes wants to update. Roblox creators changed the game title to get Pokemon games across, so Roblox can't detect it. Okay, cool. So yeah, I need to be careful with stuff like that, but we'll see. Can we maybe add some Ace Combat Concepts planes? So that gets more complicated because then that'll be official. I'd have to like reach out and see if I can get a license, but we'll see. Nothing's off the table. Alrighty, we might call it quits. I think I starting to lose my voice a little bit. Let me just check my notes to see was there anything else. So loadouts. Oh yeah, Steam release. So as I mentioned, want to get maybe some more missions in. And then maybe the terrain a bit better, and then I'm going to look at the Steam release. But if you jump on the Discord and get active, you can get some early access. And the mission editor release date, so people are asking, I'm aiming for to the next week or so that I can get the mission editor out. But as you saw, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, like it's kind of buggy at the moment. So like when you test the level and come out, I'm then not setting the terrain. So I've got a bunch of bugs and things to fix, but it's being beta tested by a bunch of people in the community. Hit me up if you'd like some access to it. And yeah, once we've done some more testing, it'll be out after that. So we will see. Are they accurate? Yeah. So the sorry, somebody's Celios is saying, is the in-game stats accurate? They are actually. So I've reverse engineered it. So these little stars, they're an abstraction, but they're actually based on the stats. So if I change the YF23 to be faster or slower, you'll see. In fact, I can show you in real time. So the F35, its top speed is 60. And so it has 2 stars, or if I change its top speed to 90 and then come in, you'll see it speeds 3 stars. And if I change it to like 150, it's, why is it still that? Maybe that's as high as it goes. Is anyone more than 3 stars? Maybe that's a bug. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. But the same thing with health, right? If I change, what was the F35's health? Where was the F35? I'm going blind. There you go. So health is 1 star, and if I come in and change its health, where's its health? There we go, health. If I make that 50 instead, it will now be 5 stars health. And in fact, everything else will become 1 star because I've set the health so low. So what I do is I actually change it. It's all relative. So because I've set this crazy high health for the F35, every other jet by comparison has like no health because the rest of them are like between 10 and 15. So yeah, so it is actually accurate. It's the only way I could keep up otherwise. And a bunch of people have given me feedback on what those stars should be. So I'll reverse engineer that back and be like, yo, the MiG-29 is actually super fast. Why is it so slow like that? I will fix it. So watch this space. Fly the F-22 at 5, fly it at 500 speed. This is probably not going to work. There you go. He still turns super slow. He's probably going to stall. In fact, the problem is his acceleration's not. There you go. He flies faster than his bullets. So some people have asked that you can actually do this in the editor. You can set the speed at which he flies. What I need to do is set his acceleration up. Let me try. Hang on. So if I set his acceleration as well, then it'll be better. There we go. He still turns super slow, but what do we think? Yeah, when the acceleration is not high enough, he definitely drifts. Anyway. This is super fast F-35. Maybe coming soon. Oh, look at that. Still got the skills. Anyway, that's a good way to end. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah, hit us up in Discord with any more questions and things you've got. Watch this space, and